I am Batman. Average Sniper.
What's up, guys? Average Sniper here, bringing you another PUBG video. So I went to play some PUBG just the other day, and I was in a really laid-back mood, or I guess kind of a lazy mood, because I've been working on this big email project, and I just wanted to kind of play a slower-paced game. So I went to PUBG, and I want you guys to leave your opinions and answers to the topic of this video in the comments section, if you would, because I would love to know what you guys think, what you have to say about the topic that I'm about to bring up. So I decided to not play as aggressive as I normally do and just kind of play very defensively, very tactically, and not take shots at every single person I see, not drive around too much and attract attention, and basically just try to get to that final circle, even if it was with no kills. I just wanted to see if I could get that elusive chicken dinner. And, you know, I wasn't very surprised when I found myself getting in the top 10 situations a lot more than normal, because obviously when you don't play as aggressively, there's less of a chance that you'll get killed by some stupid shit, basically. So just, you know, relaxing, playing PUBG, trying to make it to the final circle, and being passive with people, unless it was a situation like this where they got too close. Then I would take them out. And this actually worked surprisingly well. I rarely play this way. Probably the last time I did play like this was when the desync was so bad, everybody was afraid to even move around. This was back before it came to Xbox. If you guys think the desync is bad on Xbox, you should have seen how bad it was when the game first came out on PC. There would be times where you would fully blast a guy in the face with a shotgun, like I'm telling you, his back was to you, and you walk up and blast him right in the head with the shotgun, close enough to touch him, blood would explode everywhere, and then you would die, and he wouldn't even turn around. It was that bad, guys. So that's probably the last time I played like this. Otherwise, I'm a pretty aggressive player. I'm not the most aggressive player, but I'm pretty aggressive. I have more fun running around getting kills than I do playing very tactically. But I started to realize that if you want to get wins, this is definitely the way to play. So if I was playing for wins every time, I think this is what I would do. I would definitely play very strategically. I would hide. I would avoid all engagements with the enemy unless it was 100% guaranteed kill, or unless they got so close to me that they were becoming an immediate threat to my survival. Now let's talk about the different types of camping in PUBG, and let's compare them to different games right now, because I hear the term camper get thrown around a lot, and I'm guilty of it too. When I run into a room and some guy in the corner mows me down, I'm like, what a fucking camper. But let's think about it. Say you're in a house looting and you hear somebody run up to the front door. So you're like, oh shit, he doesn't know I'm here. So let me just sit in this corner and wait for him to come around the corner. That's not technically camping. That's just playing smart. You don't have to announce your presence, let the guy know you're in the house, and then have a fight with him. You can do that if you want, but it's definitely not the smartest thing to do if you're going for that chicken dinner. So now here's the other situation. The guy lands at a house, finds a pistol, finds a shotgun, doesn't want to run out, sits in the house for 20 minutes because the blue doesn't move and doesn't come out of the corner. That's a totally different situation. That's just someone that's scared to play the game, and that's why they're camping. And then, of course, we can compare camping to some different games where players will, like in Call of Duty, you know, you'll have a guy that's not playing the objective, or, you know, domination-based game mode where you're supposed to be taking objectives. He's just sitting in the corner waiting for people to come around it with a shotgun or something like that. Or then you have the different, like, battlefield campers where they won't play the objective and they'll be super far away, not helping the team. I found that Battle Royale game modes where the only real objective is to make it to the end, assuming you're not doing any kind of challenges or anything like that, the only reward is to win that chicken dinner and be the last one to survive. Obviously, the best way to play this game is to not be seen. So I think that's part of the reason there's so many people that play kind of like the way I'm playing in this gameplay. Very tactically, very strategically, because there's really nothing wrong with it. I mean, that is, if you were in a real life situation, forced to fight to the death, you would probably want to do everything in your power to not be seen by the other enemy players and just survive. And a lot of people, I think, play this game like it's real life. You know, it has a realistic feel to it. PUBG does, that makes you feel sometimes like you're actually there. Everything around you just kind of gets drowned out, and you just get lost in the sound and the visuals of the game. I think it's a little easier to get lost when you're playing PC because the graphics are just so much better than they are on console, but I think that goes pretty much for any game that you're comparing PC to console. So regardless of whether you're playing it on Xbox or soon to be playing it on PS4 or PC, it's easy to get lost and just think that you're actually there. Then, of course, you get into situations like this where you have absolutely nowhere to go and someone's shooting at you and you can't figure out where they are, and it's just like, who's going to survive? Is somebody else going to shoot that guy? What's going to happen? So there's a lot of things in this game, that make this type of tactical gameplay probably the most effective way to win the dinners. Is it very exciting to watch? No. Is it very exciting to watch someone streaming, just camping in a bush or laying in a field trying not to get seen? Well, that depends. That depends on how far along it is into the game. That depends on how much you like the streamer and how interesting they're making it. But it's crazy because I would have never thought I'd be watching streams of people playing 30-minute games where it's mostly looting and moving and not all fighting. Like if you compare it to Battlefield and Call of Duty, some other popular shooters out there, this game, PUBG, probably has the least amount of gunfights in it because I think it's more about survival. And that's another thing I wanted to hear you guys' comments about in the topics. When you play this game, is it more about surviving or is it more about getting kills? For me, it completely depends on the type of mood I'm in. If I'm all hyped up and I'm not tired at all and I've just got some adrenaline going on, and then I'm probably just going to run around and get kills and not care too much about getting the win. Of course, I do care about getting the win. That's the ultimate goal every time. But I don't put that goal on a pedestal and make it like the only thing I'm playing for. If I have a game where I get 10 or more kills and I make it into the top 10, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm a little disappointed that I didn't win, but I'm happy that I got those 10 kills, But I almost get the same feeling when I do win a chicken dinner with less than 10 kills, because you survived the whole time. You played the game pretty much the way you were supposed to play it, and you proved that your strategy was the best because you are the only one that survived. Of course, there is a little bit of a luck factor involved in any battle royale. It doesn't matter how good you are at the game. If someone is hiding behind a bush or behind a tree or right behind a door, there's pretty much nothing you can do about it. Even if you can aim and get headshots every time, if somebody shoots you in the back, it's over. So there's always a little bit of luck involved because you can never make every decision perfectly. And even if you do make every decision perfectly, it doesn't mean that you're still going to win. There's a lot of factors involved in this game that determine who the winner is going to be. So getting that final chicken dinner is just one of the best feelings ever than any other game I've played. And I do like playing Blackout a lot, and getting wins in that game feels really good, but still doesn't compare to the first wins I ever got in PUBG, if you know what I mean. So that's pretty much all I have to say about that. I'm going to explain what's going on in this gameplay and kind of talk about what I was thinking as it went on here. I would love to see you guys' comments in the comment section about how you play strategically, aggressively, and what you think this game caters to. Does it really cater to the person who can camp the most and remain invisible the longest, assuming that person has good enough gun skills to finish off the last guy? Because no matter how long you camp, 9 times out of 10, unless the guy frags himself or dies in the blue, you're going to have to kill that last guy to actually get that winner chicken dinner. I say 9 times out of 10 because there have been some solos that I've played where I have gotten a 0-kill chicken dinner. Actually, only one. I've seen other people do it, but I've only done it once, where the very last guy died in the blue, and I had no kills up to that point. It was pretty epic, actually. All right, so look forward to reading you guys' comments. Just a few minutes left in this video. There are 4 people left, 3 enemies other than myself. And I see a guy at this rock a little bit to the west here, and I just started lugging some grenades over there. I see his gun move again, so I decided to throw another one. If you see the gun move, it most likely means they're doing bandages or some kind of heal, so you know you damaged them. So that first grenade probably fucked him up pretty good. The second grenade took him out. Now we're down to 5 kills and only 2 people left. This is where the heart rate really goes up. You can feel it all the way in your palms. You can just feel the blood coursing through with each pump of your heart. Oh my God. So I'm down to, I think I have 1 grenade left and 2 smoke grenades. I don't use smoke grenades that much, but in the final circle, they can be very, very helpful. I find myself all too often dropping my smoke grenades to make room for other things, and then later on wishing that I had kept them. But those things do take up a lot of space in your backpack. Fortunately, this time I had 2 smoke grenades, so I'm thinking the guy is either to my left or to my right somewhere. I'm pretty sure he's not over where I am, because I had just thrown a grenade over here earlier in the game and nothing happened. And based on the sounds and the gunshots that I heard, there is a guy somewhere directly in front of me that may have survived a gunfight that's still there. So I decided to chuck that last smoke right in front of me, wait for it to spread out a little bit, and then make my move. The last thing I want to do, I'm pretty much invisible right now because the other guy's prone too, so he has limited sight distance. The thing I don't want to do is crawl across this little road in front of me without some kind of cover. So I'm going to use the smoke as my cover. And I'm going to make my move and kind of crawl out across the street, because at this point I've made my decision that I'm pretty sure the guy's right to my 300 area. And if I can get past this smoke and into the taller dark green grass, that'll mean not only do I have better cover, but I've made a move and he's most likely not seen me do it, even if he had an idea of where I was before. So now I'm thinking he's basically right in front of me somewhere. So very slowly I start to crawl and just checking out my movements, and then I see him move right in front of me in the grass a little bit to the top right of the screen. There he goes. He moved. So I decided to take some shots through the grass since I don't have any grenades left, but nothing happened. He starts shooting towards me, but I can tell he doesn't see me because his shots are missing like crazy. So I just stand up and I give him the rest of the mag in my gun and get the turkey dinner, apparently, is what they're calling it now, I guess because we just had Thanksgiving. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure you leave your comments in the comment section about how you like to play the game and whether or not you think Battle Royale caters more to the camper than it does to the aggressive player. Thanks for watching, everybody. Later.